Hello. Would you like your breakfast? I know it is running a little bit late. Big snoozes. Oh, is that moss? I just got a lump of moss. Morning, Thomas. How's it going? Let me call these things over. I feel like I've picked out too many pellets this morning. I should probably put some back. Good morning, Cow. Good morning, Joe. Good morning, Hetland. Good morning, Annie. Good morning, Maisie. Good morning, Fodian. Oh my gosh. Sorry I'm running a bit late. I got into bed. That was it. Morning, Ginge. Morning, Carl. Good morning, Minion. I thought you did really well on the phone and had me laughing all day yesterday. Oh, thank you so much, Minion. That's so kind. Good morning, Limewood and Schnizzlebit. Have my own little fur baby beside me. Oh my gosh. Tell them I loved them. I'm sorry, Sienna. Okay, so full disclosure. Wait, let me. Turkey, thank you very much for the 10 months. Thank you. That is very kind. Full disclosure. I literally left a message in the mods chat last night saying, if I'm not doing bun stream by 10 past 10, assume that I have fallen, that I'm sleeping. I was like, I'm so worn out at the moment that I'm just going to go to bed and I'm going to turn off my alarms. And if I'm not streaming by 10 past 10, assume that I am asleep and cancel bun stream. And then I woke up without an alarm and it was 5 past 10 and I was like, do you know what? I can squeeze in a little one. So it's entirely my fault that if the mods cancelled it and then I've gone against it. I'm the problem here. Rob, thank you very much for the 41 months and at T2. Really, we were told no stream today. Excellent. This was my plan all along. You started 5 minutes after the mods announced no bun stream. None of this is really happening. It's true. It's true. But yeah, I thought, do you know what? Because the problem is, I'm in the office every day bar tomorrow. And I was like, I won't get a chance to do anything on my channel unless I do a bunny stream. So I was like, do you know what? I'll just show you guys the buns. Because yeah, it's just been like a busy. Well, I just miss talking to all of you, to be honest. So I thought as I was actually awake. Morning, Nag Nag. Hope you're looking out for yourself and don't overdo it. Thank you. I will not. I will If the stream isn't on Twitch 15 minutes after it's supposed to be started, does that mean we can go home or is that only in schools? I'll tell you what I do have to do though, because I literally woke up, came downstairs and started streaming. I need to give Taboo his breakfast. So I might leave the bunnies in charge for a bit. And I mean, this is a very big pile of pellets. I might not actually finish it. I do need to go and give Taboo he breakfast. So I'm going to leave you in the very capable hands of the bunnies and give him he breakfast, and then I shall return. Okay, is it in focus? I cannot tell because I'm propping it up on a bowl. Okay, that seems good. Well done, bunnies. I love you. I love you. Okay, everyone. The bunnies are in charge. Whatever they say goes. Whoop. Oh no, Gerry! Gerry, you run away. Okay, back in the bed. Well done, Fifi. Okay, hello. The boy has been fed. I feel like I should have stopped Fifi eating all of these pellets, but she's happy. I did select a bit too many today. I'm gonna steal some back. But yes, I hope you all have been having a very lovely jingle jam so far. There you go, Fifi. I'm going to leave you with those ones. And I'm going to take the rest away, although you do also have one under you there. There you go. Those are yours. How did you enjoy being pursued last night? Do you know what? I think that's the best I've ever done in a quiz on stream. Because usually I panic so much that Grammy, I'm sorry. Grammy, thank you very much for the 67 months, and at tier 2. Good morning. I'm sorry I lied and did a stream anyway. I hope you're doing good though. Good morning, Lazy Butt. Morning, Spiffing Tea. Even though I was really nervous, because I just get like, if I'm asked a question on stream, I panic, like it's stuff that I do know. Back to bed, everyone. I just like, because I know that the reindeer's called Sven, because I've watched Frozen so many times, and it's literally in the song, like, do 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 do. Sven, don't you think that's right? And I'm like, I know he's called Sven, but my mind just goes blank. And it's one of those things that I was like, okay, if there's any sort of hesitation, you may as well just skip it, because you need to, you just need to get the next question, sort of thing. Jingle Jam has been so great to introduce my fiance to. More of the Yogscast, though. He's confused by some of the running jokes. I'm not surprised. Rob, thank you very much for the 52 months. Thank you. 50 poo. Oh my gosh, shocking. Shocking. Remember you getting your birth month wrong by half a year. For some reason, if I do like quick fire questions, my brain just goes into, instead of going into what is the answer, it goes into some sort of weird word association mode, where if someone asks me a question really quickly, I just say the first word that comes into my head. So it's never really the answer. So the fact that I actually got 9 Inch Nails, Trent Reznor, I was like, oh my gosh, my mind actually managed to hone in. But there are a few questions that I got that no one else got right. So I was a bit like when they were doing the group one, the first half group one, What are you having for tea? Oh my God, I cannot think that right ahead. Stir fry, I do believe. Stir fry, or maybe leftovers. I don't know. Wigwam, thank you very much for the 30 months. Good morning. I hope you are all well. You too. I hope you're doing good. But wait, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, daguerreotype. When they asked what daguerreotype was, I used to do daguerreotype photography, so I knew that one, and I was sat in the audience at that point, and I was just like, photography, I know this one. But yeah, we did. We were actually running a bit ahead when we went on, and Simon was like, we're a bit ahead and we actually need you to take longer to answer things. So if it came across like, because when I called Alex up at the end and I was like, I'm coming home, and he was like, did they tell you to talk more, or were you just in like a weirdly really chatty mood? And I was like, no, they told us to talk more. They told us to stall for time. So apologies if it came over as if I was just like, I'm just here for a nice chat. We had been told to. It wasn't just me being like, I'm going to get my 15 minutes of fame here. I'm going to keep on chatting. But yeah, I think it all worked out in the end. I'm glad I got the question about poo though, because that, that's my other speciality. I'm really milking this too. She really wants to be on this. She's not been on the quiz the last 2 years. She's making the most of being on this one. Or was it the last 1 year? Was it the last? What? So last year was Who Wants to Be a Jingle Jammer or whatever the legally distinct one was. What was the year before that? Was that the University Challenge? Was that the one I was on? Oh, so it was only last year. Oh, then again, I was Kirsty's phone a friend. So I was there in spirit. Yeah, University Challenge was like the worst I ever did. Because it was that thing of like, you panic because you're like, I have to press the button first. So I just pressed it. And then I wouldn't know the answer. Because I'd panic. Dear oh dear. Dear oh dear. Here he is. I did quiz boxing with my friends. Oh my gosh. Made for a great emote though. That's true. And it was very lovely just doing the like, because they gave Kirsty, Rithian and I the slot before, and it was basically like, I looked at the schedule and I was like, okay, the quiz is after. We should just do something that is very chill and we don't need to have any studio people helping us with, because I know that this slot is going to be the like setup time for them. So that's why we were like, let's just do some chill puzzles. But it was really lovely. Just like, that's what I've missed from Kirby streams, is just the, I say that, it's been 1 week since we did one. But that's what I like about Kirby streams as well. We're just sort of chilling and chatting and seeing what topics come up, rather than focusing on a game at all. So it was nice. I like doing puzzles even if we weren't very good at them. Even if we vaguely completed one and didn't complete the other. But the colouring book is so good. I don't know how many of you have had a chance to look through the colouring book. But oh my gosh. Good morning, Dunk. I'm colouring today. Nice. Chilling, chatting and not arguing. Precisely. Yeah, I printed it for the office. And I tried to print out, in a very naughty way, I tried to print out specifically the ones I'm in, but the printer, it literally had a thing that said print specific pages write it out like this. So I was writing it out, and it wouldn't let me. How did you get the colour version of the picture into Tabletop Sim? So, some people, I'm not sure because I think Kirsty got them from her Discord. I know Rubelite was one of them, but some people have been colouring them in and putting them into Kirsty's Discord, and she just saved those pictures out, and then you can there's an option to load in what puzzle picture you want to do in Tabletop Sim. So we were just using those ones, but I can't remember who coloured in the first one. Good morning, owls. Thankfully, today, it was Link. Oh, nice. Thank you. Oh, good morning, Barbara. Thank you for being brave on the podcast last night and admitting that you have a podcast. I know it felt so wrong to say it, but sometimes you've got to, it's a charity thing. You've got to show your shame for a good cause. They're looking very small and round. He doopy. Boxy. Good morning. Thank you very much for the 17 months. Happy Jingle Jam. Congratulations on beating the pursuer yesterday. Oh, he was so funny. Like, I was confused by the podcast reactions. Basically, Kirsty and I have said before that it feels really, for some reason, really, the only word I can think to use is cringe. When you tell people you have a podcast. Whenever I've approached someone outside of the network and been like, hello, I have a podcast, would you like to be on it? It just feels really like, ugh. I guess because it's the thing of like that meme of like everyone has a podcast these days. And then the fact that all four of us, between the four of us, we had 4, and 2 of them were Simon's. But yeah, I gotta watch the VOD of the quiz stream. It's become one of those things where we've just found that we hate saying it. We love doing it, but we hate saying it. And so yeah, we just thought it would be funny to say that that's what we did. But yeah, we've not had a chance to bloom record it recently because we've both been so busy. It came down to I'm trying to think. We were going to record on Wednesday, but then Kirsty couldn't, so she said, could I do Thursday? But I could only do like between 2 very specific times, and that was when then I got called into the office and she was travelling then, and it was just one of those things that I was like, let's just skip a week. It's easier. People have been drinking drinks for us. One of them might have involved mashed potato. This is true, but I've not yet had a chance to edit the video, so you're gonna have to take this as a teaser. And you'll just have to wait and see what it could possibly be for. Consider yourself teased. But yeah, we'll have to I'll have to get the video out before the end of Jingle Jam. It might be there were no leaks in it. No, we didn't put any leaks in. Just the mashed potato. Tee. But yeah, that's for something special. I could honestly go back to sleep right now and just sleep under this table. I'm so done. Are you up to date with Marble League? I've not had a chance to be. I'll tell you what I am up to date with though, and that's Wolf Hall, and it's not looking blooming good. I don't know how well everyone knows history specifically of the Tudor period, but Wolf Hall is all about Thomas Cromwell, and Henry's not happy with Anne of Cleves, so I'm guessing I know what happens in the next episode. I'm guessing this is... Alex was like, do you reckon there'll be another series? No, wait, not Alex. Who was it? Someone was saying, do you reckon there'll be another series? And I'm like, it's not bloody likely. I don't think there'll be much more perspective to go on unless they really drag out this next bit. Morning, Sarah. How you doing? The Mark and Ross video looks so good as well. Yeah, I'm so excited to see it. They'll work it out. They'll be fine. Maybe she's prettier than he thinks, you know. Dear, dear. Come on in the center. The puppet pals. I'm curious to see how much of the puppet show gets in. Sorry, I'm so yawny. Calling it Mark and Rose everybody's video. Well, no, those two are the stars. Oh my gosh, are they the stars? They're so good. So good. Mark was like the perfect... In fact, both of them were the perfect choice for those roles. I don't know how many of you have seen... Unrelated to this, because obviously this is a completely new idea and totally unique, but unrelated. Don't know why it came into my head, because it's so unrelated. But if any of you have seen Murder in Successful or Murderville, depending if you've seen the British or the American version, then it is so good. It is so good. Gano, thank you very much for the 49 months. Good morning. Good morning. I hope you're doing good. But yeah, I do prefer the British one. Just because I do really love the guy who plays the police guy. He's so good. But they're both very good. Oh. I just think Will Arnett does do. He was a really good choice with his Batman voice. But yeah, I do slightly prefer the British one just because that guy is just so good for that role. I'd seen him in something, I can't even think of his name, but I'd seen him in something else and I really didn't like him. So when I saw Murder in Successful, I was a bit like, oh, this guy. But no, it's so good. And funny enough, like the rookies that you get, there was one guy who was... He was from like The Only Way is Essex or like one of those types of shows. He was no one I knew, and I was thinking like, oh, this guy, he's like, because I will be honest, I very much judged like, oh, if he's from those shows, he's just going to be, you know, really not fun. And he was my favorite episode. He was so good. He really just threw himself into everything. I can't think what the heck his name is. Is it Tom Davis? I've never really seen those other shows. I can't remember his name, but he's really, really funny and really good. Come on in, live like, yeah, there's gonna be bun streams this week. I think I can get them in every day. I think I'm only doing... Oh my goodness. I should just set up a tripod and show the bunnies, and then you just hear me snoring in the background. Honk shoo. But yeah, I thought I'd try and get in some little Banui streams, because I think the only stream I'm actually able to do on my channel this week is tomorrow. And then I'm in the office every other day. So I thought I would squeeze in a little Banui stream in the morning. I I'm going to come out and say it. I bloody love Tom's shirt. It is one of the most comfortable things I've ever worn. And it's so nice. And I genuinely found it on... I found a copy of it. I found another one. I realised Tom's isn't the original that all the others are cloned from. It was just one of a brand. But, oh, thank you, Lifeline. I found one of them on eBay and I was like, is it weird to buy this? And just start wearing this shirt myself because it's so nice. I thought you stole actual... No, I did. I was wearing... That was actually Tom's shirt. That I was wearing for the poker night. Because I did try to buy one off of Vinted, and the day it was meant to arrive, they cancelled the order. So I didn't get to wear it. So I had to spoil the surprise and be like, Tom, can I borrow your shirt, please? I was like, I'm dressing as you. I'm sorry I've spoiled the surprise. But but then what's the bloody bad luck chance of the fact that I was like, I'm gonna do a really lazy, thrown together at the last minute Tom costume on the day that Mango absolutely smashes an amazing Tom costume. I wish we had have spoken before and I had have known, because I would have done something else if I had have known. Mango is going all out as Toddy. So yeah, I was like, oh dear. Mine's very much the at-home version. Mango does always go hard. Her costumes are amazing. I was very much impressed. What was the costume that didn't arrive? It was a Tom costume, but I literally ordered like a shirt, a beard, and fake glasses, and everything cancelled. It was all set to arrive on time, and then every order either cancelled. One of them tried to extend the delivery beyond the deadline, which obviously then wouldn't have turned up in time, so then I had to cancel it. But they did it on the day that it was meant to arrive. They were like, actually, I can't send this till next week. And I was like, well, no good. But yeah, it was... So it all sort of fell apart. And then on the day... Literally on the day, I decided, no, I'll try and do it anyway. I can do a hair beard again, and I can just wear Kirsty's glasses, and I can borrow Tom's shirt, and I'll just throw it together. So, yeah. My backup was going to be Mothman, but I thought I would give it a go. Hello, Aunt Hall. You saw my dad from 10 years ago. You'd call him Tom at home. But yeah, I really am tempted to buy... that shirt, just because it's so nice. And I even got to... Tom was like, do you want to go full me? Do you want to wear my aftershave? So I even smelled of Tom, which you didn't get to appreciate on the stream. The glasses, they were Kirsty's reading glasses, so they weren't too bad. Like, I could see through them fine, but after a while, they started to hurt. So I was like, I'm just gonna have to take these off because it's not worth ruining my eyesight for the meme. So I tried to like look over the top of them for a bit, and then I was like, no, this is hurting now. I'm stopping. But a true 5D experience. But I had ordered some of those, you know, the ones that are like blue light glasses. That are, they just look like glasses, but they've just got a blue light filter for screens and stuff. That's what I'd ordered. So I was hoping to get those ones that I would have been able to just keep on because they're not actually any sort of prescription. Whereas the fact that I wore Kirsty's glasses on stream more in the last week than she has. Dear, oh dear. But I've just decided that I'm like, I want to go into a shirts era now. Surprised he lent his fishnets too. I never took a photo of the full costume, I realised. So I don't know if anyone actually saw. I was just sat at a table. So the fishnets were a little bit pointless, to be fair, because I don't think anyone ever saw them other than the people in the office. So yeah. But there was a full costume. I think they were on office cam. Oh, there you go. I got a little bit. I'll just take a screenshot and post that on socials and be like, look, here's a photo. Dear oh dear. I might leave you with Gerry for a bit whilst I prepare their treat. Maybe I'll wait 5 minutes. I heard that someone was EB and needed to see me, but they got up anyway to do an EB streamy, so I'm here to celebrate that. Hello, Saffron. Yeah, I literally told the mods I'm going to oversleep and I probably won't do a bun stream because hang on, I just disassociated for a second. I was like, I'm gonna go to bed and I'm gonna turn off all my alarms because I'm really worn down. But fine enough to talk nonsense and look at bunnies whilst I'm practically falling asleep. Anyways, I'm basically still in bed. Right, Gerry boy. Yeah. Can feel my eyes closing. I had an embarrassing moment yesterday. I'll preface this by saying everything's fine before you worry. But I had a bit of a worry recently in the this is why last week I said, oh, I might have a doctor's appointment, which turned out it was yesterday. It's part of the reason I'm so tired. But it's always good to check these things. This is why I'm talking about it on stream. It's always good to check. But I had a bit of a boobular worry. So I booked in with the doctors. And the doctor was like, okay, we'll do an examination. Get ready in the examination room. And I was like, okay. And then I got to the point where I was like, right, I'm guessing that because this is boobular, I'm going to have to, she meant like take everything, like take bra off as well, because obviously you've got to examine them. But you know when you're sat in the room and you're like, did they say this? Or is the doctor going to walk back in and I'm just going to be sat here tits out and they're going to be like, what the heck are you doing? So I thought, I'll just double check. And I called through the door. I was like, did you want everything off? And the doctor replied immediately, just the top half, please. And I was like, wait. Now they think that I was going to get completely naked. And I was like, no, I know not the bottom half, but so then I was like, well, I'm ready then. And they came in and I was like, I'm so sorry, just for the record, I just wondered if you needed the bra. Like, but I was just like, oh my goodness. But yeah. But for the record, they checked, and there's no lumps or anything, so all is good, all is well. But it is good. This is a reminder to check yourselves, whether it's upstairs or downstairs. It's very important to check, and it is important to go to the doctor if you have any concerns. Don't put that stuff off. But yes. But I did get no lumps on the lumps, yeah. I did make sure I checked because it's not worth putting it off and it's not worth the worry either. But that appointment was at like 8:30 yesterday, and then I got home and I edited up until I had to go into the office, and then obviously did that stream and then the quiz. So by the time I got home, I was just like, I'm heckin' done today. I'm so done. I'm so weepy. And I know that 8:30 isn't like a particularly early start, but I was obviously out late for the poker. And but the other good news, aside from the no lumps, which is very lovely, turns out I just have a bit of a like muscular pain that was just obviously in that area. So that's why I just wanted to be sure. And what was I saying? We just got to wait 5 seconds for my brain to load in whilst I figure out where I was going. Oh, that. Oh my gosh. Okay, where I was going with that sentence, which is very apt, is that I also finally remembered to ask the doctor for an ADHD referral. The irony of losing track of my conversation whilst I was trying to tell you that. But I was like, it doesn't have to be this appointment. Sorry, Phoebe's. What are you? She's grooming my bum. Oh, now she's sat on my bum, being used as a little perch. But yeah, I was like, I want to just get on the wait list because I know it can be so long. But I just said, can you please, start whatever wheels in motion need to be started. So yeah. Oh, Fifi has worked her way up to my shoulder now. It would be good one time to do a bun stream where there's 2 cameras and you get to see how I have to be when I'm doing the bun stream. There's got little Fifi running up and down my back at the moment. Okay. She hopped off. Right. So the fact that, I've been meaning to try and get an ADHD diagnosis for years and I've forgotten for about 8 years probably does go to show. But there's been a few things that I'm like, full disclosure, the reason that I've not ever been too fussed is because it's always been very handleable. I've not felt like it is getting in the way of anything particularly. Like, obviously there are some things that aren't ideal, but I've never felt, I know some people find it really, I can't think of the word, but just really like invasive. What's the word if it's like it's not, you're not functioning, disruptive, intrusive, yeah. So, but whereas recently I've sort of got to the point where I'm like, debilitating, yes. Fifi, she's just sat there eating carpet. Fifi, I can see the little strands in your, come here, give me that. Whereas I've recently found that she's starving, she's not eaten in days. There's recently been things that I've been getting to the point where I'm like, this is starting to like tip over a bit. And I don't know whether that's to do with, I don't know much about this. And obviously, like I've said, I am undiagnosed. So this is all, personal vibes. This isn't anything concrete. But I don't know whether it's just that I can't really think how to describe it, but I've sort of got the feeling recently of finding it harder to like mask. I don't know whether it's just something that happens as you get older or something that happens if you leave things longer, or a mixture of the two, or just me changing as a person. But I'm definitely finding it that I'm just like, everything is more like tiring, and people are harder to read, and I don't understand things I used to understand, and just stuff like that I'm just like, yeah, I think it's time to get to talk to people. Also, I've realized, and I appreciate this might be, I mean, I know that everything is sort of, can be a bit of a big mixing pot. But the sort of like intrusive thoughts and routine things. And when I say routine, I mean like, I know people who have a routine of like, I need to make sure the door's locked before I go to bed. Mine has literally become things where I'm driving myself a bit crazy because I'm doing things like, I need to tap this surface 4 times and then tap this surface 4 times. Otherwise, people I love will die. And I'm like, okay. Now I look at it from the outside because I've just been doing it for so long that I've not really thought about it. Whereas now I've been doing it for so long, but now I actually look at it on the surface. I'm like, okay, I appreciate this isn't a normal thing anymore to do. So I'm like, I should actually start just like, stop accepting this is just my quirky little thing. And it's like not a, something I could do with being more open about and talking about. And like, but yeah, I think it's mostly like intrusive thought side of things that has started to be a bit too much. And also having like physical tics when I have intrusive thoughts. I've had that pretty much all my life, that I have like physical reactions to thoughts a lot of the time. So I think it's stuff like that I'm starting to be like, okay, there's the silly side of it where it's like, I'll be playing Kirby Craft and I'll suddenly get distracted and I'll be like, teehee, ADHD. But then there's other things that I'm like, no, this is starting to get in the way of life, and it would be nicer to know. Since you've not been diagnosed up to this point, what would change if you were diagnosed to have it? See, this is the thing. This is what I have been wondering, because I'm not someone who would want to have... I'm not anti-medication, but I'm also someone who's very anxious about medication, if that makes sense. Like, I did go very briefly onto a... is it amoxicillin for a bit? That is sort of like... I think it was for something else, but it is also sort of like an anti-anxiety, antidepressant type thing. And the anxiety I got from being... Wait, is it not amoxicillin? No, amitriptyline? Amitriptyline? I can't remember. It was something like that. It was that one, amitriptyline. I think that was the one that I was on. And because I started to get, this was a couple of years ago, where 2 years ago I started having really bad anxiety. I had a little bit of a mentee B, as they call it in the business, and I had really bad headaches all the time, but it was all just anxiety. It wasn't actually anything physical. I went through like tests and stuff, and it was fine. It was just that but so I started having that medication, but the anxiety I got from being on the medication was worse. So eventually, funnily enough, coming off of the tablets made me feel better, because good old mentee V, you've got to have one as a treat. So I think for me it would be more knowing specifically what help to get, as in, when things say, if you're ADHD, maybe using these sorts of techniques to remember to do stuff. And also just like people have said, like it being self-affirming, just having this feeling of like, I do these things because I'm wired this way, rather than it being like, oh my gosh, I'm just like, because at the moment, all the time, I get like, why am I so bad at doing stuff? Why can I not do simple tasks? Why do I get distracted? Why do I do that? And all of that blame when you're not diagnosed sort of turns around onto yourself. Whereas if you find out, like, you know, your family has a history of this, and it's not, I'm not saying that I could then be like, well, I'm not the problem, I'm fine. But do you know what I mean? You'd feel a bit like, this is how I'm built, and that's okay. I think that's, imagine after all this, 2 years' time, they're just like, now you don't have anything. And I'm like, shit, it's me. I am the problem. But you know what I mean. Okay, I'm going to very quickly leave the camera with Gerry. I'm going to get the bunnies a little treat, and then we can treat and then raid into the yingly yams. Sorry, I've been yingly yapping for so long. But yeah, I don't know, you're just a stinky stinker. Okay, sorry for the ramble. Also, over-apologizing, I hear, is a sign of it. Sorry, everyone. Sorry. Here you go. Sorry. I'm leaving now. I'm reversing. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hang on. Here we go. Whee! Okay, Gerry. Okay, there you go. Do you know what in this? There we go. You're very welcome for the advent calendars. I've been trying to be getting them out at a sip for you. There's a bit there. I wish I could have filmed them both horizontally and vertically. So I could also put them on just normal YouTube because shorts aren't as fun. But yeah, it's been very lovely. They're still starving, they need some more. Fifi having to have the water just for sustenance. Oh, Fifi. Oh, bless you. Well, sorry everything's running a wee bit behind. And yeah, thank you everyone for the kind words. I do, like Kirsty and I have always tried to be very open about that side of things because we've always wanted to have a community where people felt they could be themselves and talk about things and be open about things, because it doesn't really do to, to not talk about those things. It's not healthy. I did have a bad experience once where I think that there was one time when I did try and talk about the more like OCD side of things that I've experienced, and I think someone in chat immediately shut it down because I guess you do get a lot of people being like, I like things tidy, I'm so OCD, and I think they thought I was doing that, and it did make me a bit scared to talk about those sorts of things for a while, because I was like, oh geez, immediately like bearing my soul, and someone was just like, ew. I was like, no. So morning Shark Dog. But yeah, I think still, what you got on your nose? There you go. There you go. I think it's still good to be open. Look at you. Look at you. A handsome boy. The text says no backseating, chat should not be backseating your mental health thoughts and feelings. Oh yeah, true. This is literally my first playthrough of life, so no spoilers. Thank you. No backseating. Well, I think, thank you very much for the follows, by the way. Oh, and James, thank you very much for the 13 months. Thank you. That's very kind of you. Yeah, I think it's time to send you off to Jingle Jam. I'm sorry I was so late today, and also the lovely mods cancelled the stream under my orders, and then I went against it. But yeah, I shall be on the main channel at 2 for... Here you go, Gerry. For speedrun analysis. I'm not doing an actual speedrun, but I will just be talking on the bench or couch or whatever it's going to be. I assume it's going to be like last time. So I hope you all enjoy that. It's a fairly easy day for me today. So yeah, I've just come home and sleep afterwards. Apart from I've got a TTRPG to play in the evening. But yes, everyone, I hope you all have, we found it, a very lovely day, and I can't time the raid to say her saying, oh sorry, so everyone have a lovely day and be good and take care of yourself, and I can't see the raid timer, so I'll just assume I'm still talking now. And everything. Oh, thank you for my blue worm you gave me outside Queen Square. I hope you've given them a very lovely home. Oh, everyone, take care. Bye-bye for now. Bye-bye. Oh, Fifi, no, not in the tree. Fifi. We got okay. Thank you, Fifi. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye.